right now from the Mississippi Live Weather Center.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 5.
Another hot day here in North Mississippi, but luckily been on the drier side. Been able to knock out some of those afternoon plans if you wanted to get outdoors. And that still continues to be the case for a good portion of us here in North Mississippi. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 5. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor. What we're tracking here at the Room to Room Weather Center is going to be those hot conditions as well as those isolated showers. They continue to pop up in and around North Mississippi, but the majority of us, like I said, staying on the drier side for our Friday evening. But what's in store for the weekend? Well, temperatures building, and so is, or should I say, the rain chances starting to diminish. Walking you through that entire forecast here in just a moment. And then how hot do we get? Yes, we know we're on that warming trend, but just where does it top out at? I'll be walking through all of that in more detail coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 5. The first 12 showcasing those isolated rain chances, about 10 to 20% into any of our Friday evening plans. So again, 80% of us staying on the drier side, not really seeing some widespread showers, especially not like what it was yesterday. But overnight, those temperatures drop into the mid 70s, a little bit of that patchy fog towards tomorrow morning. But other than that, the sky is looking pretty dry for our Saturday. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mississippi Live Weather Radar. And you see that there are a few pockets of showers down around the Golden Triangle area. I'm going to see, this should be able to, I might have to go over there and mess with it. Oh no, we're good now. Okay, taking a look down there towards Noxubee and Winston County, you can see over the last 30 minutes or so, this has not been a significant swath of moisture, but a few of these having some lightning strikes. We're seeing about 5 or so strikes there on that one on the Noxubee and Lowndes County state line. That progressing a little bit there towards the east, not a fast mover whatsoever, but that heaviest one, I'm going to track this out on the latest scan right there, and I'm only going to take it about 7-8 miles an hour, and even that seems to be a little bit of a stretch. Togo there by about 5:09. There's one moving towards Brooksville. Again, kind of in that eastern fashion. You can see on those latest trends, and not overly fast. Going to take it 7 miles an hour or so. Brooksville 5:09, and then Deerbrook closer to about 5:53. And putting it on that loop again, it seems like, so it is back building just a bit. It's following this boundary just a bit. So I don't expect this to be moving too much at all. I think 8 miles an hour was a little bit on the higher side. And I don't even think this needs to track at all. What it's doing is it's following back along this outflow boundary. You might hear us bring that up a lot here in the summer months. It's right along there. And you can see, I love when this just draws itself. So it's right here. I'm going to get to the latest scan. You can kind of see it along that leading edge. So it's back building up that outflow boundary. So expect that to move more towards Crawford as that continues to progress across Noxubee County. Not overly high on those rain chances. You might notice that further down south, just towards Neshoba and Leake County, going to be, or should I say that's Leake County, and on into Kemper, that's going to be the heaviest portions right around Philadelphia. That stays about Highway 21, not a fast mover whatsoever. It's just continuing to build over that boundary that we have right there. So not overly high on rain chances, but again, there are a few areas that are getting it. Let's jump back to this home view that we can kind of get a visual. We do have more showers and storms over there towards Benton County. Let's jump to that latest scan and climb over there towards Benton and Tippah County. You can see Ripley getting a decent downpour right now. That's moving southeast, very slow mover once again. So this is a loop over the last, let me make sure I have it on the last hour or so we get this timing right. But that's across Highway 4 as of this point. And you can see that's building south and moving across Ripley. We're going to have it moving 5 miles an hour or so, New Hope by about 5:28, and that's continuing to progress in that southeast motion just a bit. There's that heavier one down around Myrtle, and that's going to be impacting areas over there. Not a significant lightning producer, but what we are getting with this is some heavy rainfall or moderate rainfall at most. Smallco by about 5:33, Glenfield 5:49, and New Albany, if it stays together, we'll be reaching there towards central parts of Union County by about 6:02. So these rain chances, not impressively high. You might notice on North Mississippi, on our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, we're basically seeing those few showers, and that's it here across North Mississippi, so that's perfect for some afternoon plans. But out east, a whole different story. You see that they're basically getting what we got the past 48 hours with a few of those severe thunderstorm warnings as well. So that's rolling through parts of Birmingham, all across central Alabama, so that's going to be one that we keep an eye on. But fortunately, we're not getting that rainfall over here because we know that it can produce flooding, it can produce severe thunderstorm warnings, so we're grateful that we're past that active stage. We'll take some more rainfall, but don't bring the severe weather with it, right? Looking at those rainfall accumulations, not overly high either here in North Mississippi. I'm going to populate in a few of these totals, and we see down there towards Noxubee County, 1/2 inch. So some of these producing some brief heavy downpours, but overall, I mean, the spread of this is not anything too significant. We had a few showers over there towards Tishomingo County, about 0.4 inch. Tennessee state line moving into Benton County, 0.4 inches there. Just comparatively speaking, let's jump back over here. I'm going to clear this off. Move us over to Birmingham, and you can see some of those totals topping 4 or 5 inches once again. So it's very similar to what we got in the last 48 hours. So we're grateful that we don't have that flooding rainfall threat, but definitely giving them some much needed rainfall. We do need this rainfall here in the southeast, and so grateful we're at least getting a few of those rain chances. Even if it's just a sprinkle or two, we'll take what we can get here in North Mississippi. 91 degrees in Addison, still feels like 102, and that's the primary story as we head into our Friday evening, is those hot and muggy conditions, not just in Addison, but Edinburgh. 93 degrees and feels like 106. Our threshold for heat advisories actually at that 105 plus. So 106, it meets the threshold, and it has to be that way for 2 or more hours. So that's why those heat advisories are in place, and they've actually been pushed a bit more towards the east. Greenville, 95 degrees, feels like 113. That is just a miserable environment and a dangerous environment as well with those heat concerns, so make sure to stay hydrated and of course stay cool throughout the day. We do have our Maven cam back online and showcases those blue skies. 91 degrees feels like 102, so it's definitely going to be a time where we have to stay hydrated, stay cool, and honestly still get out there and enjoy it. There's just a smart way to do so. So let's zoom this out and we'll kind of assess the atmospheric analysis on this to get a good idea of why all this is taking place. I'm going to go take it one more because you have a lot of interaction here. You have the low pressure center that's circulating in some of that Gulf moisture there towards Houston, Corpus Christi, and Texas. But then you have this high pressure that's primarily south of us, and that has that clockwise motion. So it's circulating in that Gulf moisture here to Louisiana and Mississippi, with a few of those pop-up showers moving there into the northern part of the state. Really, Alabama getting the main part of that. But there is also what we call a mesocyclone over there towards Alabama. That's a big reason why they've gotten as much moisture as they have. But then you have this third interaction. This is going to be that frontal boundary that's still up there towards our north. That's acting as a forcing mechanism to build up some of these storms and give enough lift to produce a few of those pop-up showers and storms. And I don't want to exclude this either. We actually do have another low pressure center that's actually supplying some more moisture with that clockwise motion over there towards the Carolinas. Oh, I just did something. They did not like that. Okay, I think we might be clearing this off. But basically, you get the idea. It's supplying a lot of moisture here to the southeast, and that's why we're getting so much of that rainfall. Still, North Mississippi kind of on the outer bands of it, but we could get a few more of those pop-up showers. I'm going to expand things out one more time because this is one of the things we'll be talking about coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Aaron, officially a hurricane as of right now, a Category 1, and expecting to build as it heads further into or closer to the central United States, but not expected to make landfall, but we're keeping eyes on that in that extended forecast. But basically, there's a lot to talk about. So let's zoom back in onto the southeast so that we get an idea of how this is going to interact overnight. Now, that frontal boundary is expected to push south, and it's not this far south just yet, but once it does clear us, we will see some drier conditions move in behind that frontal boundary. So that's going to dry up our skies, not really getting the cooler weather with it. That's the unfortunate part about it, but we'll take any blessings we can get, and that's going to come in the form of drier air. 3 a.m., still seeing those drier conditions on the back end of the front. Towards your Saturday morning, waking up and heading out the door to sunny skies should be a great start to our Saturday. And even if you want to sleep in, 9 a.m., still seeing plenty of that sunshine. So not a bad forecast whatsoever. Definitely get out and enjoy it. And if you have any outdoor activities you need to get done, make sure to do it early in the morning, because by noon we're talking 91 degrees, and into the afternoon a few more of those isolated pockets of moisture, only about 10 to maybe 20% coverage. So we're not overly high on those rain chances, but definitely assessing that threat heading into our Saturday afternoon. And if they do produce, just going to be a moderate shower, not anything too significant. So definitely appreciate any rainfall we do get, and so we'll walk through that here in the next 60 is just where to expect the rainfall, what to expect with that rainfall, and of course your weekend outlook. Just what is that forecast looking like? All of that coming up Mississippi Live Weather at 5 in the next 60.
As a nurse, I've seen a lot of people with sleep deprivation. It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. It shows you what you need. We want to do the assessment and find exactly what's perfect for you.
At Absolute Restoration, our team will feel magical since our focus is on serving you and your roofing needs.
Finding a roofer who actually shows up and communicates, that's just one of the problems we solve by informing you of every step in the process.
Selling premium roofing systems backed by warranties and payment plans starting at just $99 per month. Trust Absolute Restoration to deliver.
Experience unicorn-level service and affordability from a team your community trusts. Call Absolute Restoration today.
For more than 100 years, First Choice Bank has provided dedicated community banking to North Mississippi. The banking products and services you need when you need them. At First Choice, you're our priority. Make First Choice your choice for banking.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynor.
Well, we had so much energetic weather last night that we weren't able to showcase these fantastic sunset pictures that were submitted by our weather watchers out in the field. Holly there in Dumas submitting this picture, and it was an absolutely stunning sight with all of those oranges, reds, blues, purples. I mean, every single one of them showed off. And there's even a little bit of a cross that she pointed out. And of course, we appreciate any shout out to God we can get because he's the ultimate painter and this masterpiece can only come from his hands. So we are grateful for him for that. And just a beautiful sight and then much needed rainfall. I mean, we cannot get past that. That wasn't the only sunset we got. Diane there in Pontotoc submitting this picture, even with that cloud cover. And I assume there were a few strikes still happening at this point, but it made for a beautiful sight. So a big thank you to our weather watchers out in the field. If you have any pictures, again, we love to see them and we love showing them off, your eyes in the sky here at Mississippi Live Weather. So submit those. Easy way to do so is on the app. Submit your pictures and of course we'll put them right here on the show. Hopefully get them in at 6 as well. So it's all up to you guys and how much you submit. So please go ahead and do so. But let's go ahead and take a look outside Batesville. This is a beautiful blue. I think this is my wife's favorite color actually. 95 degrees, still feels like 104. That's the thing, that humidity value definitely going to bump those feels like temperatures way up into that heat advisory threshold for a lot of locations. So make sure to stay hydrated and stay cool. I think I'm going to say that about 50 more times because it's essential that we do so heading into any of our Friday evening plans and really towards our Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's how long that heat sticks around for. Not just in Batesville, but Pontotoc showing off those baby blue skies, 93 degrees. Feels like value's not overly oppressive, especially not compared to places out west, but still right around that triple-digit mark. So it's still going to be impacted by that mugginess value. And it wasn't just in Pontotoc and Batesville. We saw it in Smithville too, 93 degrees. This is facing northwest. I want to point that south whenever we talk about Mississippi Live Weather at 6 and see if we can get a visual on any of those pop-up storms. But those 93s feeling like 100 and that humidity still playing a big factor. One of the things we're watching is just how that frontal boundary will interact with us and bring in some of that drier air. So hopefully those feels like values aren't exactly way up and that dew point not going to impact our forecast as much. Fingers crossed on that, but we'll continue to assess it. Mississippi Live Weather Radar showcases a lot of those showers down around the south of the Golden Triangle, south of Highway 82 there in Winston and Knoxville County. Some of those moving towards Chula and over there towards Hollandale. That's going to be some of those pop-up showers, and then across the Tennessee state line, a few of those pop-up showers continuing to occur. Tishomingo County definitely getting some action. I need to upload this loop a little bit quicker. I see that we are a slow mover minute by minute, but definitely assessing it in detail, I'll say. So those Tishomingo storms starting to clear on out, and then we're seeing a lot of activity over there towards Alabama, similar to what we saw the past 48 hours. So it's definitely been a day where it's been on the drier side. But if you're looking to head outside, head to the park or anything of that nature, I mean, temperatures will be so much better. You just might have to dodge a few of those showers if you're around Macon this evening. 87 degrees by 7, 81 by 9, and 78 there by 11. Now, those showers do clear out. So if you're wanting a late night picnic, well, hey, it's going to be perfect conditions for it and cooler weather in the process. Not too bad of a forecast whatsoever. But Futurecast overnight, I mean, you can see that it's way more aggressive on those rain chances than what's actually happening on models right now, or on radar right now. So that's a good sign because it means that those drier conditions are going to win out over those more moist and muggy conditions. So 9 p.m., those rain chances dissolving out altogether, and we're going to see the drier forecast for 10, 11, and well into the overnight hours. So that's a forecast we can look forward to. Not hearing those rumbles of thunder. I know yesterday evening was very energetic. Not going to be the case tonight, so definitely grateful for that. So towards your Saturday morning, as we wake up and head out the door, you can see that limited cloud cover coming in from the south. But overall, it's going to be a dry forecast across North Mississippi. Opens the way for a cool down. We're going to see low to mid 70s across the region for the start of our Saturday. But I know if you're going to sleep in just a bit, I mean, my wife's an educator. I know that people like their sleep on Saturdays. So fortunately, it's going to be those great conditions even by 8, 9, or 10 o'clock in the morning. So a benefit that we will appreciate and take as long as we get it. But you can see some of that moisture does try to move in there from the west. That's going to be circulating in. But overall, I'm not expecting too many rain chances across the area. One thing I do want to note before we get into the afternoon forecast is it's going to populate in a lot of moisture. But you might have noticed on models this evening, it's not done well with the moisture. It's overproducing a lot of those showers. So whenever we're talking about 3 o'clock, when those showers really start to populate in, this is a bit of a stretch in regards to what we'll see. Could we see a few of these pop-up showers? For sure, similar to what we're seeing right now, but it's not going to be nearly as widespread as what they're forecasting for on our Futurecast model, especially not by 4 or 5 o'clock. I mean, this is way, way aggressive. So we're going to trend it down just a bit just because it's not doing well with moisture right now, and that's what we believe will happen. But all the more reason to tune into Mississippi Live Weather at 10 because we'll really have a nailed down, precise forecast on where to expect those rain chances and what to expect with them. Still not overly high right now, but as more models come out, especially closer to time, helps us get a better idea. High temperatures, though, this is where we can guarantee it's going to be a hot forecast for sure across the region. Mid 90s, 95 Houston, 95 Tupelo, 94 as far north as Corinth, but carrying out towards the west, 98 Greenwood and Greenville, 95 Cleveland, and 97 Tunica and Clarksdale. So a toasty one across the region. And those feels like values just continue to trend up with those temperatures. 109 Clarksdale, Greenwood, 107 Cleveland and Greenville. Greenwood was 109, Greenville's 107. Okay, a little bit of a tongue twister. But triple digits for the rest of us. So heat advisory is going to be winning the theme of the day for our weather contributor. So that's going to be happening through our Saturday afternoon. So again, stay hydrated and stay cool. Frequent breaks are going to be imperative in that extended forecast. 10 p.m., drier side once again. So those showers do not last too long. And where those brief isolated showers do form, heavy downpours could take place. And even a few rumbles of thunder, but again, not overly high on those rain chances. This is what we call a non-zero threat. Now moving into Sunday, again, we talk about it not doing well with moisture. It continues to be that theme for our Sunday. Some of these showers trying to pop up across the region, but even this model is forecasting a much drier afternoon. That's what we say. Our driest day heading into the next 7 is going to come on our Sunday. So plan those outdoor events definitely on your Sunday to get out and enjoy this forecast. But again, and I'll say it again, make sure to stay cool in the process because temperatures actually get even warmer with a lot of locations coming in with 97 Houston, 96 Starkville, Macon, Columbus, 98 Water Valley and Grenada. And then we are trending towards 99 Clarksdale and Greenville. With a few locations, I would not be surprised this far out to see that trend up and talk about triple digits for our afternoon forecast on our Sunday. But if we don't reach it in the actual temperature, heat indices take us there, with a lot of locations going to be at that heat advisory threshold once again. So 95 for Saturday. I need to change that graphic. Oh, I did not change either of these. Disregard this. I'm going to put my hand over it because it's not going to be raining. 97 for Sunday, and then you can see those winds pretty light, so it's going to allow for some of that fog for our Saturday morning to occur because of that moisture that's still on the ground. I will change that graphic. I'm sorry. I did not mean to get your hopes up about getting more rainfall. This is really the outlook for our Saturday and Sunday. Mostly sunny skies both days with a few of those pockets of moisture, but not overly high on those rain chances, unfortunately. And then Monday, temperatures, 98 degrees, 99 by Tuesday, and 98 there towards Wednesday as those temperatures start to fall off with more of that moisture returning. So we're paying attention to those rain chances and definitely have some wishful thinking on it, hoping that they move in a little bit stronger and drop those temperatures just a bit. But we'll be assessing that in more detail coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6, talking specifically about the heat and, of course, talking specifically about Aaron. So make sure to download the app if you do not have it yet. I love interacting with this because I'll just keep pointing off to the side and I can dance around with it. But download the app today. That's really the emphasis of this, to get it on your phone right now. 24/7 access to the live stream. And then, of course, our broadcast happening at 5, 6, and 10 gives you a live look at what to expect, not just for your weekend. We do this every single day, walking you through that extended forecast. And then 5, 6, and 10 during the week, 6 and 10 on the weekends with our meteorologist, Caleb Edelblut. So we thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here in just about 40 minutes. You guys enjoy your evening. Get out and enjoy the forecast. And again, we'll see you right here very shortly.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.